Hello everybody and welcome back to another great video with Dynamic Duo. Now in today's special we'll be talking about Bellator MMA on CBS regular TV channel.
Yes, Bellator has been played on CBS Sports. Of course, streaming didn't work. Since it's owned by Paramount, they're usually on Showtime. But what makes this one more special is The Last Emperor, Fedor Emelianko.
The legend.
It's his final fight. It's his retirement fight. He made that very clear. He fights Ryan Bader for a rematch. It's for the heavyweight title. Now, before I continue, just to let you know, there are spoilers. They showed a total of 3 fights on this card for this special. We are, of course, going to spoil it, tell you who wins.
Yes, of course.
And review it. Now, the biggest question is, at the end of this video is, should Bellator MMA continue to put it on CBS? This is CBS's most basic original channel. This is where the game shows, news, family comedies, this is what's played on there. Should Bellator continue with it? That will be answered at the end of this video. Okay, now the first fight is Homasi versus Brennan Ward.
Man, oh man, that was a war. And honestly, I'll say it was the best fight of the night.
I agree.
Oh yeah. First round, Homasi. Actually, first half of the round, he's destroying Ward. Wow, I mean, just when you watch it, you'll understand what I'm saying, okay? And yeah, Ward almost did get knocked out. But then, next thing you know, the other half of the round, Ward starts coming back. And it's like, whoa, wait, what? What's going on now? What's going on?
Real back and forth through that whole first round. It's amazing. Ward openly admits that he was almost knocked out in that point.
Now, here comes the second round. Ward knocks out Homasi. I mean, he drops Homasi with a jab. Honestly, I think Homasi used too much energy in the first round, and when he knew that he couldn't knock out Ward, I think that his soul just kind of dropped.
But not to take anything away from Ward, it wasn't like a lucky punch or something like that. Ward showed so much heart, but so did Homasi. Homasi didn't give up. Homasi wasn't like, I'm done. He kept trying to fight back. Honestly, the best fight throughout the whole card. Our opinion.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there was no real differences. Same age, roughly same experience. Height, only a 2-inch difference. In fact, that 2-inch advantage goes to Homasi. Reach, the same.
Same weight, of course.
Best fight, honestly. If this is the only one you would watch, you'd be happy with the card alone. Okay, after the victory of Brennan Ward, he couldn't resist asking the most famous martial art movie star, one of them, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, those of you from 80s and 90s, you know who I'm talking about. And he asked him to come in, because he was in the audience, take a photo with me, like a little kid. Van Damme was nice enough to come in, and
he definitely did. He definitely did a picture. Now, this next fight we'll be talking about is the co-main event. Johnny Eblen versus Anatoly Tokov. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I'm going to let him talk because I fell asleep while I was watching this fight. Let's just say it's boring.
Unfortunately, I can't argue with that. Johnny Eblen is an undefeated champion, just coming off a win of a very famous fighter named Homasi. But unfortunately, Anatoly and Johnny just nothing there. It was very boring. They gassed themselves out within round 1, and round 1 wasn't even that intense, to be honest with you. It's not like 2 fat guys came in and just decided to slug it out. No, I mean, these are very in shape individuals. These 2 men are very in shape, but for some reason, just the gas tank wasn't there. Maybe it was due to the fact that this is one of the biggest Bellator cards in history, and that might have taken a toll. Plus, Anatoly is part of Fedor's camp. That's his coach. Maybe there was a lot of emotions on his end as well. But with that said, yeah, Johnny Eblen pulled off a decision. One judge gave it all 5 rounds to him. The other 2, 4 rounds to 1. That seemed about right. Every round had like a moment in there that was good, but it was like a quick second, like a hit, a technique. Nothing that was threatening for either one to finish the other one off. they did try. I give them a lot of credit, and it's not easy for them to get in there. But like I said, I think maybe what gassed them out was too much emotions, too much excitement, due to the fact of this card being so huge. If you miss this fight, trust me, you're not missing anything. But
It sucked.
yeah, Johnny Eblen remains undefeated now, 13-0, still a champ, and this was a terrible co-main event card. But
Basically, you see this, you're gonna say, "Boo!"
but they did have moments. So if you watched it recorded, fast forward, and you'll eventually see those moments that were entertaining.
All right. Now the next fight we're talking about is the main event: Ryan Darth Vader versus Fedor, the Last Emperor, Emelianenko. And sorry, Ryan. Okay. Every time I say Darth Vader, I'm gonna say Darth Vader. I'm sorry. Okay. I just want to say it every time.
Can't blame us. What a fight. Honestly, this is the first time in history where hurry this up, Darth Vader won. He beat the Last Emperor
By TKO.
Yeah, but Fedor lasted longer than his first fight, and not only that, this is the first time in history someone has beat Fedor twice. Honestly,
It was a good fight. It definitely was. Just no disrespect, but Fedor was a bit more.
he's
older.
done.
Yeah,
He's done. I hate to say it, he is done. I know a lot of fans are heartbroken over his retirement, but yeah, he is done. And one thing I really, really respect out of Ryan was the respect he showed to Fedor. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he pounded him guy twice, and he said that doesn't mean anything to him. It's the fact that he shared a cage with Fedor. That's the truth. I mean, that man is such a legend, such a pioneer for him.
I mean, he's the legend.
Yeah, I mean, that was the guy who, by the way, never fought in the UFC. The best heavyweight in history who never fought in the UFC, but yet he beat all those guys before they went to the UFC, when they were in Japan, and those who went to Russia, whatnot. And he had no issues coming to the U.S. It's just the UFC won't give him what he wants. That's really what always caused the issue.
They should have paid him. They should have paid him more.
Should have partnered on what he's talked about partnering on. Should have just did it, but hey, whatever. Strikeforce had him, and Bellator ended their career with him. Fedor's career. He ended it in Bellator, and I think that was the best option for him. But very sad. Again, Fedor still has some power.
Oh yeah.
He swings. You can still feel that threatening power, but
You get hit by him, you'll drop.
But he's just not there.
It's sad.
Yeah, and honestly, if you pay attention to Fedor, he was pretty happy that he retired. It's like, I'm done. I'm just gonna coach. I'm cool.
Yeah. Now he's gonna just stick with the family and stick with all the students now.
It was very heartbroken watching this in a sense, but again, he's got the next generation. He already has a champion under his belt and his team. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be quite a few more coming in. So we're not done seeing Fedor, but we are done seeing in the cage as a fighter, which honestly, watching this fight,
End of an era.
It's best this way. It's best that the legend goes out. Now, to add in here, Ryan was a true gentleman and proper speaking, Fedor especially. Johnny Eblen and Brennan Ward. Honestly, you gotta watch your mouth when it comes to being on CBS. This isn't Showtime. On Showtime, you can say what you want, you can cuss as much as you want, no one cares.
Be professional.
But yeah, when it came to CBS, again, you got families watching, kids watching.
Curse not a bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're muting it out, but
but
still, you can't do that. You got to be real careful. So the behavior has to change up and get a little more professional. Now, to answer the question that we started with, should
CBS and Bellator,
should they continue on regular CBS?
yes.
Yes. Despite the Johnny Eblen and Anatoly Tokov fight, it was still worth watching. Very, very entertaining. Honestly, I personally see if Bellator was to continue on having an occasional fight on CBS.
They might do better than the UFC.
Honestly, they already rival them. They are the number 2 organization. And we're not talking quality of fighters. We're just talking, honestly, by fame. That's the God honest truth, because you really want to get down to it. And, put a request. Any fans watching this, I would gladly dispute Bellator fighters with UFC fighters, PFL, ONE FC, Ryzen. I'll gladly dispute them. But right now, I'm just going to say, though, Bellator has very high quality fighters, but entertainment-wise and fame is more around
UFC.
reach two. Yeah, UFC is number one. Bellator is number two. If Bellator was to continue this on, it might possibly take the number one spot, possibly. That's for the fans to decide,
Yeah. Come on, guys.
not us. You know
Get
what I
a
mean?
message.
But back to Fedor, great champion.
What a legend.
Seriously.
And now, as you see, all of the legends paid respect to his last fight.
Such as, of course, Hoist Gracie, Matt Hughes, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Hanzo Gracie, Chael Sonnen, Chuck the Iceman Liddell, Josh Barnett, Frank Shamrock, Randy Couture, Mark Coleman, Dan Henderson. Everybody came to pay respects to Fedor. And mind you, Fedor beat most of them.
Yes.
In fact, all of them, a couple of them he didn't get a chance to fight. A couple of them were just too small, and others we don't know.
But still, I mean,
And
what a fight, what a time. I mean,
seriously, and like I said, it's very sad that Fedor is retiring, but it was
Yes.
very necessary. Just to add in there, nobody from the audience even left. Everybody waited until
They
Fedor
all
left
stood
the
there.
cage. That's the high level of respect Fedor holds. So, wow. I mean, what a way to retire. What love and respect shown to this man. And that's the way it should be.
now remember to like and subscribe. Catch you later.